Hey, Shalom. I want to start off by giving all praises to Yahweh, Ba'Hashem, Yahweh Shai, Ba'Hashem, Rucha Kodash. I want to give double honor to our apostles / elders, which are Jim Mess, and blessed salutations to you brothers out there teaching the damn truth, sincerity. Now, I'm holding the camera, so I want to get this. Matter of fact, of course, we're doing it in transit. We had to make a pit stop, so it's like, might as well do a lesson while we're driving, right? Or preferably, I go to do it. You sure you go to it?
Yeah, drive with one hand. It's against the DMV laws.
Everybody drives.
I know, right?
All right, so I want to go into Luke chapter 12, verse 51. It says, suppose ye that I am come to give you peace on earth. I tell you, nay, but rather division. And this ain't talking about division amongst us as a whole body, because what the scriptures say about the whole body is that when we have one mind, and our mind is into Yahweh Shai. So what does it mean that Yahweh Shai in red letters saying that he's come to send division? He's come to separate, pursuant to Amos, he's come to separate and sift the house of Israel. And the Lord said, none of them shall fall out of my hand. So the cluster that's going back to being saved is not going to be divided. What's going to be divided is going to be a separation. You separate your meat from your fruit and your veggies. That's the type of division he's talking about. Or you separate that bad apple. You separate good from evil. Okay? So he says from his
from the wheat.
Yep, chaff from the wheat from the tare, It says from henceforth from henceforth there shall be 5 in one house, divided 3 against 2 and 2 against 3. That could be metaphorical and it's literal, because you got people say, well, why you got this Israelite group and that Israelite group? Why you got all this group? Why don't you just come together? Because it's a division. The Lord created the division, and what's the division going off of? It's going off of who got the right doctrine and who doesn't. You know what I'm saying? Just because we all Israelites don't mean we're supposed to link up. You got some that don't believe in the mark of the beast, or the mark of the beast, the RFID chip. You got some that don't call upon a name. You got some that believe the Shabbat is the Friday sundown, Saturday sundown, which is not according to the moon. It may land on a Friday or Saturday, but it has to be moon worthy according to the moon. So, and then the literal sense is that you're going to be people in your household where you'll grow up. You'll have a family where it could be your immediate family, your mother, your brother, your sister, things like that. Your dad. Then you're going to have your personal household, your wife, your children, and things like that. So the Lord is telling you, says, from henceforth there shall be 5 in one house, divided 3 against 2 and 2 against 3. The father shall be divided against the son, and the son against the father, the mother against the daughter, and the daughter against the mother, and the daughter-in-law against the father-in-law, and the daughter-in-law against her mother-in-law. So the Lord is basically telling us that, look, man, I'm about to separate these things. These things need to be separated, because everybody ain't right. Everybody ain't gonna make it. Mother, father, brother, sister, husband, wife, father, child, mother, child, you know what I'm saying? And I'm saying that, I'm bringing it up because that can hinder us in this gospel, where you can confuse your family over the brothers in the truth. Because what the scriptures say, who is my mother, who is my father, but those who do the will of the Lord. If you really consider that, you'll know if you're bullshitting with that or not, if you check your reactive instincts toward brothers and toward family. You know what I'm saying? You'll see how you treat brothers, who you spending more time with, who you going, all out for,
Where you putting your energy at.
Yep, putting your energy up, setting your affection on.
John.
So, and it goes all to your kids too. You got a wicked kid, Scripture says it's better to have one righteous child than 100 wicked children. You know what I'm saying? So it's like, what do you respect more? You know, or do you respect the flesh, or saying, oh, I grew up with this person, you know? Because, you know, I got a brother, and my brother, he's not in the ministry, and, you know, the spirit was just like, man, look, you know, yeah, he's your flesh and blood, you grew up with him, and blah, 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 but when all hell breaks loose, if he really was your brother, he should be on the same side of the gunfight as you. You know what I'm saying? And that's no question, you know? And he called himself acknowledging it. So how much of a brother are you to where you can sit there and say that this truth is real, but you're not going to war? So, you know what I'm saying? And the spirit cut me, you know, a while back and saying, like, you know what I'm saying? Look, man, you gotta get your mind off your family. If they ain't on the side of the gun line, then they're not family. Because they see what you're doing, they see what the Most High is doing, they see how the prophecies are coming to pass. So why you ain't fighting a good fight of faith? You know, so how much should you be respected instead of, oh, that, you know, that is my cousin, or that is my brother, or that is my mother, or that is my father. You know what I'm saying? That is my little one, that is my woman. You know what I'm saying? Nah, man, you treat them how they, you know, you treat them accordingly within the context of the scriptures. You got a child, you ain't gonna just not feed him and shit. No, it's next one. It's like, you ain't gonna just not feed him, right? So, you know, you got a wife, you can't just not render her due benevolence. You know, you got a mother and a father, you gotta honor your mother and your father within word and within deed and truth. You know what I'm saying? So, you got all these, you know, not contradictory, but ways to handle it. You can't just go balls to the wall and cut your family off, but at the same time, you got to know how to deal with them with the long handled spoon. You know what I'm saying?
It's that time for, you know, a season for every time, you know, and no, it's just like you got to be balanced in a sense, you know what I'm saying? And I say in a sense because it's not like, well, if I spend 3.5 days throughout the week with y'all, I spend 3.5 weeks. No, it's not that. It's just you gotta know the timing, man. You know, if you know y'all about to go hit the highways, then you're not about to try to go out to eat. You know what I'm saying? Or some shit like that. You know?
Yeah, like the dude said, I gotta when y'all try to bend them to, he told us to bend them to Wednesday. I got somebody to bury. Oh, I just got married and I gotta tend to my house and stuff like that. And the Lord got upset about that, man. Yeah. You know what I'm saying? He got angry at that for you being a family man and in the wrong time. You know? Mm-hmm. This ain't, you know, you're in the library and you're reading and you're studying, and then this person is out there speaking in the middle of the library, just loudly talking. You know? That's not the place for that, even though you got so-called good intentions. You got to recognize where you are and what's important to the matter. You know, you speak on it, brother. Right?
Yeah. You know, so like the brother was saying, it comes down to that timing. You know, which is crazy because I actually had a younger brother talking to me earlier. He was like, man, you know, but he asked me a question as far as how do you know, basically, like when it comes to certain ranks, and you got younger brothers looking up to you. You know, and I told him to read 1 Corinthians, the 8th chapter, because it shows you, when you dealing with people that's into the world, like, you know, your family members have a family event, and, you know, it's okay to attend family events and things of that, because ultimately the Lord know what you in it for, you know, but you don't want to do that in front of younger brothers because it might distort their judgment or their discernment, you know what I'm saying? So it's all about that timing, knowing the right timing to do those things. I just gotta I gotta go around.
I mean, you don't have to.
Oh, okay. So yeah, and that's, you know, that's what it is. Like, your family's gonna be there, but like the brother had quoted, that Matthew's 12th chapter is, who's my mother, who's my brother? Because at the end of the day, who's gonna make sure that you don't take the chip, man? Because that's what's coming up next. Who's gonna make sure you stand on your P's and Q's, and because as far as Jacob's trouble, because that's what's coming up next. Like, yeah, we are on the highways and we reading in our houses, but man, you don't know when this shit is just gonna end, man. Like, you don't know, and it's getting closer, of course, every day, but shit, you see the tension between Russia, Iran, and the U.S. and Israel. You know, those is key people. Like,
yeah, and the weapons development. You know, Russia got a missile that's like the super. I forgot how fast it was. It's like triple the speed of sound or something like that. You know, but or it's double the speed of sound or whatever it is. It's a fast ass missile, but it's at the same size, so it can carry that load and get over fast as hell.
yeah,
You know, and the scripture saying, in 2nd Ezra, all point your arrows and shoot at it. None shall miss their mark. You know, whether the angel's gonna shut down that missile defense system, or he gonna put the spirit on them scientists to build missiles to get around that missile defense system, or to build a defense system that counter their defense system. You know, however it worked. At the end of the day, that Yahweh Shai said, none of the arrows shall miss their mark. You know what I'm saying? And then the scriptures say in Peter's, knowing that these elements shall melt with fervor heat, what manner of persons are you to be in all holy conversations and godliness? You know, so knowing, that's why I said earlier, you know, we got relatives in the truth. They know this world is going to shit. This place is going to shit. So why are you not acting accordingly? You know, and the bulk of our family members are they big up us and things like that. Like the brother was saying the other day when we was in the grocery store, we seen one of the camp members' relatives, and they was like, hey, you know, they're Israelites.
yeah.
You know, and it wasn't in the like nigga Israelites. You know what I'm saying? It was in the manner of saying, yeah, this is what they do.
Yeah, kind. It wasn't out of despite or none of that. It was just like, this is what they chose and they true to this. You know, I was at work. You know what I'm saying? It's a chick work on first shift and I work third shift. She coming in when I'm going out. She was like, see you later, Hebrew Israelite. And I'm like, it's like caught me off guard and shit, because, you know, it's like, but it's getting out there. But yeah, it's cool to be acknowledged at that, but it's going to come up a time where we're going to be physically persecuted for that too. That's why you got to keep focused. You know, you can't get lost into the world, because, hey, matter of fact, it says, for God so loved the world that he gave his only begotten son. And when you look up to that world, ultimately it's talking about Israel, but at this point in time it's talking about the elect, because it spoke about a harmonious orderly arrangement, and we all ain't in order in one mind at this moment. Only the elect will be in that harmonious arrangement, man, because everybody else, they can't play the same tune that we playing. They can't participate in this song.
Yeah,
you know,
scripture said, mortify your members, and it's talking about us, and it's talking about people around you. You know what I'm saying?
Yep.
To cut them off. If a left eye offended, you cut it off.
Yep.
You know, so that person you hanging around, you know, scripture say what? Look and see what's expedient, efficient for the you know.
Look and see what's good for you, and those that are evil for you. Roughly paraphrase, those that are evil for you, go not unto it, in a sense. You know, I know it's Sirach 37.
Yeah.
Man, we might as well get that. That mug go crazy, man. You got it. I think it's like 20. No, it's like 37 maybe. That'd be clutch. I know it's around it. That's towards the end. Because it also said in the same sense that, you know, what's good for one man might not be good for another, you know? And that comes down to, oh, well, such and such be with their family. They be doing this and doing. What are you? You know, you got to seek your salvation, man.
Yeah, Sirach 37:27 says, my son, prove thy soul and thy life. It says, what prove thy soul? See what's affected. You know what I'm saying? What's your goal? Is your goal salvation? Is if that's true, then you'll prove what you're doing, Salakia. We're still going. Well, it says, prove thy soul and thy life, and see what is evil for it. Examine thyself whether thou be in the faith, right? And then you say, it says, and give not that unto it. You know what I'm saying?
Abstain from all appearance of evil. Salakia, bro.
Yeah, everything that's lawful is not expedient. You see what is good for you, you know, and, you know, sometimes the flesh will jump in the way of that. And that's why, you know, this lesson was based on, you know, who's my mother, who is my father. You know, basically, now two in the house shall be divided, because carnally you got a woman. You may feel like, oh, you know, I want them to come with me. Yeah, I want them to come with me, but you know, all you could do is pray to the Most High that they get salvation based off the Corinthians. You know, So, you know, then you got like relatives that you like, they kind of cool, but they not in the truth. You know what I'm saying? All you can do is pray that the Most High put the Spirit on them to acknowledge the gospel and repent.
Yeah.
You know, but if they cool outside the truth, then ain't no salvation for them except they get in and repent.
They might be, you know, they might get it at the last minute. You know, you never know. That's all you got. Program. You just do your part.
And at the end of the day, it's all you can pray for. But while they're in their current state, they're no good.
God, yep.
Yeah, and that's like the aspect you have to, you know, keep in mind. Yeah, the hopes are there, the faith is there, but in their current state of mind, it's like, shit, just like I treat a 2/3 or look at a 2/3, that's how I'm gonna look at them. You know what I'm saying? Because unless a 2/3 is like all the way bugged out and doing some old demonic shit, or anybody, you know, I pray that they repent. You know what I'm saying? And the Lord's will is done. Because just like Yahweh Shai says, not, you know, it was his will that all should be saved. So that should be our same will, that everybody gets salvation. Now we know everybody won't get salvation. It's basically the effort. You know what I'm saying? The mentality, the effort. Because if brothers before me had that mentality of saying, well, if you're in this truth, fuck you. You know what I'm saying? Then how can we get edified? You know what I'm saying? How can we get taught? You know, so, you know, when we out there, we go to the publicans and the sinners, we teach. Now, if we deal with you accordingly. You know, if you're our family members, you say some dumb shit, we'll check it. You know what I'm saying? We won't hang around you. You know, me personally, I don't hang around with certain elements, but I hang around them because I know them. You know what I'm saying? If I know you ain't gonna put me in no bad space.
Exactly.
You know, but for the most part, I don't deal with you. You know what I'm saying? But you know, especially as family, they know the difference between the Akim and them. You know, and they know that our bond is stronger. You know, no matter how much, you know, what my immediate family does, but my outside family they just think I'm in some type of cult or some shit. You know, he hanging out with them niggas and shit. But you know, immediate family, they seen what we've been through. They seen us go through, you know, trials and tribulations, and we do things in the flesh for each other, such as, you know, helping out with when we're in dire straits financially, or, you know, if a brother need a ride or any type of trouble. You know, they know that we show up. So you know, immediate family know that, or the family that's around.
And it's as the scripture said. You know what I'm saying? It said, I'm, you know, roughly paraphrasing, but it said, by this they shall know that ye are my disciples. You know what I'm saying? Because here it is, all of us are different brothers from different walks of life and different whatever. But when it comes to this truth, we take care of one another because the Lord says so to do, and it's the right thing to do. That's even better to do righteousness because it's righteousness, and not because you actually supposed to do it. No, do it because that's the right thing to do. Like, well, the Lord said I'm supposed. Yeah, I understand all of that, but why would you want to go fuck another man's woman? You know what I'm saying? You wouldn't want that to happen to you, so do righteousness because it's righteousness. You know what I'm saying? Shit, you know.
The scripture said, there can no good that come to those who are occupied in evil. You know, it's nothing good. You know, good gets good things. You know what I'm saying? Evil gets evil things. It don't work where, you know, you gotta, Lil Wayne say, sometimes you gotta fight the devil with a demon. No, nigga. That don't work like that.
He's tricking you.
Yeah, he's tricking your ass. You're accelerating the program of Satan. You know what I'm saying? So, dealing with the ministry and going back to dividing is that we got one group. You know, we got family and stuff like that. If they're cool to deal with, then we deal with them accordingly. But outside of that, you know, if it came down to one of the Akim needing something and my corner brother needs something, the Akim will get it first. You know, it's just like feeding the man. You know, you may want to feed the children first, but you got to feed the man first because it's an order. Yeah. And then once you realize why it's an order, because the man is the one that's going to be going out there and hunting and gathering. He needs the energy.
Exactly. Natural provider, man.
Yeah.
Everybody playing their part, and the kids to get to eat. Shit, did the man eat, you know, get full, go out there and kill again and come back with even more, the kids can eat a lot more, opposed to him going out there all depleted of energy and get beat up by a bear and shit. Like,
yeah. You know, and it shows respect to the kids. When the kids can't just tell their parents anything and do anything.
Doing the right thing because it's the right thing to do.
Yep.
You know?
And at the end of the day, the respect and the division, it goes to order, and then it goes to who does the will, man. You know what I'm saying? There is a favoritism. It's not a respect of persons. So basically, if one of the brothers go off, they get rebuked just like a nigga in the street get rebuked.
Yep.
So there's no respect of person as that. But there is a so-called favoritism or a liking the two. You know what I'm saying? Anybody that's doing the ministry, I could not have met that brother, but long as if he's doing the work of the Most High, Yahweh Shem Yahushai, you know, I fucks with him basically. You know what I'm saying? For lack of words.
Because there have been situations that we might not even seen a brother out there, you know, on the highways and byways, you know, but he's a part of our ministry. He's a part of GMS, and you may not even never met this brother, but they send out, you know, like, this brother need help for this or need help for that, and everything comes together based off of the ministry, based off the order, based off keeping that oil on them gears, man. All right.
For example, we got this right here. It says, Sirach chapter 12, verse 1, it says, when thou wilt do good, know to whom thou doest it. So shalt thou be thanked for thy benefits. Do good to the godly man, and thou shalt find a recompense. And if not from him, yet from the Most High. There can no good come to him that is always occupied in evil, nor to him that giveth no alms. Give to the godly man, and help not a sinner. So right there, we're gonna stop because it says what? That there's no respect of persons. And so then it says this: give unto the godly man and help not the sinner. So you can't sit there and say there's no respect of persons means you're supposed to treat everybody right. You know, what it means is basically everybody gets the same opportunity. You know what I'm saying? If you're a man of the law, you get treated as a man of the law. If you're a hoe, you get treated like a hoe. But when it comes to the gospel, when it comes to edification and rebuke, everybody get it the same. Nobody's above the law. Nobody's above the will of the Most High. But as far as giving your energy and your affection unto somebody, we give it to the ministry. You know what I'm saying?
It's like the Lord said, you know, there's different, you don't know how much grace you got. You know what I'm saying? It's just like that with dealing with people in our sense, you know?
And respect, you know what I'm saying? But nobody gets, it's not like how Esau is, where he'll say, you know what I'm saying, it's fair with employment, but he only hire his own, or he'll pull over somebody and let them off and then get somebody else a ticket, or get this person, you know, the maximum, and then give an Edomite, you know, the minimum. You know what I'm saying? It don't work like that, you know, because Scripture says, no one, you know, bind not one sin upon another, because in one you shall not be go unpunished. Everybody gets judged for their sins accordingly. Now, based off your work, you know how about Shem Yahushua works, based off your righteousness and your work, you will get a lighter sentence. You know what I'm saying? But like David or anybody that go hard for y'all by Shem Yahushua, their mercy window is obviously bigger.
Yeah.
You know, to where you don't get as much, but you can see by their work effort. But you have a piece of shit Edomite in this society, and because he's an Edomite, Esau let him off on all kind of shit. You know, and the Most High don't do that with us. He says judgment shall begin first at the house of Israel.
God.
And then to what end shall it be for you? Because it's gonna start at us. We got to go through the same questionnaire process. It's just that we're built to know how to deal with it, how to pass the test. That's the only leg up we got on the rest of the nations. We're built to pass this test. But we got to go through it just like any other nation got to go through judgment, you know? But that's pretty much it, you know? So we at the site right now, so we're going to close it out. I hope the brothers was edified. You know, at the end of the day, you know, actively examine yourself to whether you're actually treating the ministry more important than your flesh or your relatives or family and things like that. Not saying you're supposed to deny them, but what we're saying is that the two divided, that other person that's with you is going to be a man of the Lord. So that's what matters. You know, the person on the other side is not going to be that man or woman of the Lord. You know, So, what you saying?
No, that was it. That's all
Yeah,
right.
so with that being said, once it call halal to Yahweh,
Yahweh,
Ba'Shem, Yahweh Shai,
Ba'Shem,
Ba'Shem, Rachar Kodash, double honors to our apostles/elders, which are GMS, and blessings and salutations to you brothers out there teaching and enduring truth and sincerity. And shalom.
Shalom, shalom.